for it. And I'd like to say thanks to Mrs. Nadine Wilkins for that incredible introduction. Her excitement, ladies and gentlemen, is infectious, and it is because of the success that she is having in our business. And I know for a fact with the focus that she has, she is certainly going to make it to the top. So if you're working with her, you are in a fortunate situation. And I appreciate all the things that she said about me, but I'd like you to set that aside. I got involved in ACN back in 1995 out of necessity. Yeah, I got involved in the 1900s. You know, we came to meeting on horses, none of this Zoom stuff. But nevertheless, I did so out of necessity. I was with a company that controlled my time. My daughter was growing up without me, and I wasn't being paid what I was worth, and I was willing to be honest with myself. I was with a company that controlled my time. So because of that, I knew I needed something. And a friend of mine gave me a call, and that call saved my life. I looked at what you guys are going to see here over the next 15 or 20 minutes or so, and I was completely blown away. And I got involved, and within a short period of time, I was able to walk away from corporate America. I haven't punched a clock since '96. The material things that I used to dream of, the cars, the homes, we've attained those things. But what's been most gratifying about ACN has been the difference that we have made in the lives of other people. So what you all are going to hear about today is an opportunity where you can capitalize on this pandemic-induced economy that we've been thrust into. The multi-billion-dollar deregulation of industries that we are all participating in, and this technology that we're using today. Now, the name of our company is ACN. We're a marketing company focused on customer acquisition, because in order for any company to succeed, they need one thing: customers. The jobs that you left today, the ones you'll return to tomorrow, to survive, let alone thrive, they need customers. What makes ACN so attractive? We offer services that people use every single day. For those of you looking at this for the first time, I don't know you personally, but I bet anything you made a phone call today, sent a text, turned on a light, you took a shower, you have a debit or credit card, as well as a social security number. I know that you use these services because 100% of society used our services today. You'd be hard pressed to find any business where 100% of society will contribute to their revenue. ACN makes it possible. We've been in business since '93. We've gone from a no-name company and generated more than $4 billion in revenue over the last 5 years. We've acquired millions of customers. We've grown to 27 countries on 5 continents. We just launched Peru. Who opens a country during a pandemic? ACN, that's who. We have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, and Inc. magazine identified us as a private titan in business. Uber, Levi, Nordstrom received the same recognition. So whoever told you about this, they're not trying to get you into something. They're letting you in on something that we know to be the business of the future. Now, what attracted me mostly to ACN was the fact that we are offering these services that people have always used, are currently using, and will use in the future. I've been approached by many people with various opportunities where we would have to sell things to people they didn't want, didn't need, or couldn't afford. I looked at ACN and thought, what a better way to make money than to help someone save a little money on a bill they're going to pay anyway. So we offer TV service, internet service, and home phone service through the major companies throughout the country, companies like Direct, Dish, AT&T TV, as well as Spectrum. So it doesn't matter how someone's going online, making a phone call from home, or watching television, you can be paid. We have also positioned ourselves in this wireless arena with the major cell phone providers in that space as well. Sprint and T-Mobile have now partnered, so we offer Sprint as well as Verizon and AT&T Wireless. So once again, it doesn't matter the network that someone prefers, you can be paid. We have positioned ourselves in the smart home arena. We have gone from home security to home automation to smart home technology. And because we're spending more time at home, people are more concerned with this. So it doesn't matter how someone is going to lock their door from the door or from their cell phone, you can be paid. And we've partnered with the #1 company in that space as well. But what changed everything for ACN? several years ago, we positioned ourselves right in the middle of the breakup of the public utilities arena. I'm referring to natural gas and electricity. Energy represents 600 billion a year. We have the largest footprint of any energy supplier throughout the country or around the world. So because someone's cooking a hot meal, taking a hot shower, warming their home, cooling their home, even charging their cell phone, you can be paid. And nothing changes for the customer. The monopoly will deliver the energy, bill the customer, service the customer. We provide rates that our competitors haven't even thought of as of yet. So as people are living their lives, you can be paid. And then we position ourselves in the credit card processing arena as well. Listen, we become a cashless society. So you can approach a business owner, guarantee them savings on their credit card transaction fees. And when someone uses a credit or debit card in that business, you'll be paid like a silent partner. And then lastly, we have positioned ourselves in an industry that is poised to explode. And I'm referring to identity theft protection. For those of you already in the space, cyberspace security. If you made a phone call today, sent a text, you went online, checked social media, if you used a debit or credit card, you left a digital footprint. And if it can be tracked, it can be hacked. See, criminals already have our information. They're just deciding when to use it. So we all need protection. This industry will explode to 25 billion over the next 4 or 5 years, and you can be in on the ground floor. See, this will be as common as home insurance and car insurance. Imagine you could have been positioned at the beginning of those industries. And there are 3 things that make us very proficient at acquiring customers. Number 1, we help people get their services for free. If you get 5 cell phone customers, your service can be free. And if your customers refer 5 customers to ACN, you get credit like you signed them up yourself, and your customers too can get their service for free. If you get 12 gas or electricity customers, then ACN is going to give you the average of the commodity portion of those 12 in gas and electricity customers. So in a sense, your gas and electricity can be free. I'd like you to consider what you spend on your household utility services. Multiply that number by 12. Stick that back in your pocket, and that's reason alone to get involved in ACN. Secondly, we feed hungry children. We identified that millions of children were going to bed hungry every day. We deemed it unacceptable and pledged that when we get a customer, a child gets fed. When our customers pay their bills, a child gets fed. We have fed almost 4 million children in the last 5 years. We don't believe a child can have hope and they're hungry. And then thirdly is the ease at which we're able to acquire customers. Most companies use traditional forms of advertising, such as TV advertising, to acquire customers. Like TV advertising, mass mailings, internet marketing, they're very costly and ineffective. We cut through these traditional forms of advertising and go direct to the customer. And we do so, ladies and gentlemen, through word of mouth. See, by cutting out the middleman, we can help our customers save a little money on a bill they're going to pay anyway. Now, to accomplish this, ACN will provide you with your very own personalized website. It is an online store where you can direct your contacts to your online store. See, today it's no longer about brick and mortar, but click and order. Uber has become the #1 taxi cab company in the world, and they don't have any cars. Amazon, the #1 retailer, no malls. Netflix, the #1 movie company in the world, and they don't own a single theater. How did this come to be? We went to their sites and clicked and ordered. So now we're going to drive traffic to our own sites. And as people click and order the services they're going to use and pay for anyway, you're going to get paid as banks, utility, and phone companies have made money forever. Now, I've had great mentors in my life. And one of my mentors told me that if I was ever going to get to where I really wanted to be in life financially, I had to mind my own business, meaning I had to go into business for myself. He told me that I wouldn't become wealthy based on what I did, but I could become wealthy based on what I started. He pointed out that the employee worked harder than the owner, and the owner made more than the employee. So naturally, I wanted to go into business for myself. Looked at franchising though. They wanted several hundred thousand. If I could have found the money, I was going to deal with monthly overhead, governmental agencies, workers' comp, all the headaches a business owner deals with. But I wanted to be my own boss. I wanted to determine what I was worth. I believe that when you work for someone, they tell you when to come, when to go, where to live, what to drive, where your kids go to school. Every decision regarding money was dictated to me by the company that I worked for, because a job would only pay what it would pay. And today, companies are laying off by the thousands. After this pandemic, some companies won't even exist. So look at ACN from the standpoint of it being a plan B that could become a plan A. So if you and the company you're with were to part ways for any reason, you wouldn't be devastated financially. Now, for you to partner with ACN, you have a one-time startup of just $199 and a monthly support fee of $25. That's right. For $200, you own your own home phone company, digital phone company, cell phone company, your own high-speed internet company, satellite TV company, and cable TV company. You own your own gas and electricity company, credit card processing company, and your own identity theft protection company. And because it's online, it's clean. You don't have the headaches of traditional business ownership. You'll have more than 1,100 employees. They work for you. They'll track your team and customer base, take care of the accounts payable, the accounts receivable. They take care of the customer service. We do two simple things in ACN. We acquire customers through our online store, and you have a mobile app where you can build the business from the palm of your hands. And then we find some people that it makes sense to them to get paid because people are paying their bills and they like to have an online store of their own. Now, there are 4 ways in which ACN will pay you. Firstly, you'll get paid by directing people to your online store and having them sign up for our services. Now, you'll get paid these bonuses in your first 30 days and then every calendar month thereafter. If you acquire 3 services, you get a $200 bonus. A $75 bonus. 5 service, $200. And then for every 3 services thereafter, ACN will pay you an additional $200. So you can earn $400, $600, $800. There's no limit to the amount of money you can make because there's no limit to the number of people you can direct to your online store. So there are people who are looking for ways to supplement their income because of these challenging times. And here's a way you can do so right away. Now, what's more exciting than the upfront bonuses you'll get paid, ACN will pay you month after month, year after year, as these customers pay their bills. It's called residual income. And prior to ACN, I knew nothing of residual income because if I knew something about it, I'd have been getting some of it. I had been conditioned to be an employee where I earned a linear income, meaning I traded time for money. When I was hourly, if I didn't punch in, I didn't get paid. The instant I punched out, I stopped getting paid. When I was salaried, the company expected 60 to 70 hours, paid me for only 40. And then when I was commissioned, I worked hours, days, and sometimes made nothing. And when I made money, I lived in fear. When you're commissionable, you get paid per project. Even as a traditional business owner, you eat what you kill. But with residual income, you do something once and get paid over and over and over again. I haven't punched a clock since '96, and residual income is what's created our lifestyle. Now, ACN is going to pay you anywhere from 3 up to 20% on the customers that sign up through your online store. The more customers you acquire, the higher the percentage ACN will pay you. My wife brought this guy into the business who signed up 150 franchises for gas and electricity. The average bill was $600. So it could be residential, it can be commercial, it doesn't matter. If they come through you, once again, you'll get paid as banks, utility, and phone companies have our money forever. So you're going to get paid on what you do, but you'll also get paid on what you don't do. John Paul Getty once said he'd rather earn 1% of 100 people's efforts instead of 100% of his own. Because if he stopped working, 99% of the work would keep getting done. It's called leverage. And without leverage, we don't have freedom. Mark Zuckerberg took the thought to another level. He's convinced over 2 billion of us to take all of our contacts to Facebook. He's leveraged our contacts, and today he's the 4th wealthiest person in the world. And what do we do on Facebook? We upload pictures, videos, update our statuses. We're not going to give them Facebook pages. We're going to give them storefronts that offer services that people use and pay for every single day. Now, what that means is this, ladies and gentlemen, when you bring someone or when someone joins your team, whether you introduce them or not, ACN is going to pay you anywhere from 50 up to 300 on every single one of them. So let's say 10 got involved in your organization. Based on your position, and they acquired their initial 3 services. Based on your position, you would get paid anywhere from $500 up to $3,000, and these bonuses are paid out weekly. And once again, as exciting as the upfront bonuses are, what's even more exciting, you're going to get paid every month on your team members' customers. Now, don't forget, they earn up to 20% on the customers they sign up through their online store. You're going to get paid 4%. So let's say over time your team grew to 100 people. Someone told someone who told someone who told someone. Let's say they each acquired just 10 customers. That'd be 1,000 customers. Let's say those customers spent $100 on their ACN utility services. That'd be $100,000 in billing. 4% of 100,000 is $4,000 a month. That would hit your bank account month after month, year after year. I know people want to be wealthy or experience financial freedom, but before freedom comes relief. And there is no question, with this opportunity, we can help you experience some relief. Now, we only do 2 things in ACN. We acquire customers, and we find people who like to acquire customers. For doing that, you move up through the company. And as you move up, you get paid bigger bonuses, more residual income, and the company takes the top producers on all expense paid vacations around the world. But none of this would matter if you didn't know what you were doing. So we're going to show you how to get customers. We're going to show you how to build a team. The company will provide you with audio and video training where you'll be able to learn at your own pace. We have these Zoom events where you're able to learn about the business and build the business from the comfort and safety of your home. And then most importantly, you'll have a coach or coaches accessible to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week with one thing in mind, and that's helping you succeed immediately. Now, we have some people with us this evening who are experiencing a tremendous amount of success, and I'd like you to hear from a couple of them. Do we have Miss Carrie Tartaglia on the line?
Good evening, everybody. How are you?
Well, I'm doing great. I think you're muted, Carrie. Could you take a moment and share what you do, why you got involved in ACN, and what's happened as a result of it?
Absolutely. And thank you for having me on. It's an honor and a privilege to be on with the team this evening. I owe all of the credit and everything to ACN's support system, but a little bit about me so that you guys know who I am. For those of you that don't know me, as Mr. Anderson said, my name is Carrie Tartaglia. And my husband and I are very busy parents of 4. Our youngest is 4. And we are traditional business owners by trade, career entrepreneurs, if you will. We have multiple businesses, and they're in semi-different industries, but collectively work together. So our primary business is heating and air conditioning. We've owned that business for 17 years. But when I started that business and then was able to retire my husband from corporate America within 3 years, which is great, but we took on the load of everything, right? We had to then get people on staff because my husband, while he could do a lot on his own, we could do more in volume with a team, right? Because if you have one person going out and installing an air conditioning unit at your house, 2 people could get it done faster than 1, right? So, and we have another crew working on another job and another crew working on another job, right? So we created our distribution within our business, But our business at times, like for example, the summer, especially with as hot as it's been, and then in the winter when it gets cold, and I'm talking significantly cold, where everybody's stuff breaks at the same time, right? We've all been there, even myself. And when that happens, your business as a business owner then owns you, okay? And when I started the business back in 2003, I didn't have anybody to teach me. I was coming out of the restaurant industry. I didn't have anybody to teach me anything about construction, about heating and air conditioning, about anything. So I literally walked out on faith and said, hey, it can't be any different than network marketing or direct sales. So I took my prior experience from that industry, brought it into heating and air conditioning, and here we are 17 years later, still in business, multi-million-dollar company, so on and so forth. But when I saw ACN, I saw the opportunity to have something similar with structure, but an already built system that I could just plug into, right? And a team and a support system already in place for me to take advantage of. So I didn't have to go back to 2003 and build it all myself, try and figure things out. I just had to plug into what was already there. The co-founders and senior management and all of everybody that works in corporate, we didn't have to figure out customer service on our own. We have teams to be able to help us with any kind of questions that we might have, that our customers might have, that our other fellow IBOs might have. There's systems for everything. So that being said, it's been a crazy privilege to be able to meet so many incredible people, and we're all in it together. Because if I had gone to another HVAC company and said, hey, can you help me build this, give me some tips, they'd have laughed at me and sent me on my way, right? Because then I become a competitor. But here, everybody's on the same team, going for the same goals, and we can support each other through the process. And when it comes to energy specifically, I just want to show you guys this because I think it's important, is that I just got my direct deposit this past Saturday, and this covers our portion of our energy bill. It's $129.37. Who else could use that extra money just from paying your own bills and having other people come on as energy customers? Because this is extra money. That's extra. That's not residual. That's extra. So power up bonus. I just wanted to put a plug in for that because it's real and it shows up. So with that, Mr. Anderson, it's been an absolute pleasure to be on here with you this evening. I'll turn it back to you.
Gary, keep up the great work. We are so excited about the success that you're experiencing. And then, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to hear from a great friend of mine. I watched this individual get involved in ACN and go to the top in our company in spite of any challenge that he's had to experience. He lights up a room. His smile is truly infectious. And I know for a fact that he will be a senior vice president in this company. Help me bring to the line top producing regional vice president, Mr. Art Tahanlanget. Art, are you with us?
Thank you so much, Mr. Anderson. First and foremost, sir, amazing presentation. It's an honor to be here. So guys, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Art Tahanlanget. My background, I used to be a registered nurse by profession, and I had a medical emergency that got me searching for a business. And when I took a look at ACN and they told me it's a willable business, I jumped right in. I followed the system. I had no background about this industry, but the system allowed me to be successful. So after working at part-time, 9 months, I hit a regional director position. 3 months later, in 2010, I decided to walk away from my nursing career. And just like Mr. Anderson, me and my wife are stay-at-home parents. We homeschool our kids. We haven't punched in and punched out for the last 10 years. And we're so grateful for the system and support of ACN. And because of that, we have fed tens and thousands of children through Project Feeding Kids, and we've helped so many people have success in the business. So with that, I'll give it back to you, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can feel Mr. Tahanlanget's heart as he speaks, and that's what makes him such a valued asset in our organization. Well, after our presentation, there are typically 3 responses. The first response is, this sounds great, timing isn't right, I'm going to pass for now. For those individuals, we offer them our services. You can feed a hungry child, help your friend get their business up and running, and we offer great rates. So thank you for your time and attention. Second response is I have a few questions I'd like answered before I get started. Well, get in contact with whoever told you about this presentation. Tell them I'm a number two. They'll introduce you to someone in our senior leadership who will address your questions. And I am confident that at that point, you'll feel comfortable moving forward. And then the third response is, this is a no-brainer. I've been paying these bills forever. Someone's been making money. Why not me? I don't know what this pandemic is going to how it's going to affect my life in the next few years. So I'm going to take control of my life myself. I'm in. To you, I want to say congratulations. Get in contact with whoever told you about this. Tell them I'm a number three. They'll introduce you to someone in our senior leadership who will walk you through the simple steps it'll take for you to become a member of our team. And it will be an honor and a privilege to help you succeed in any way I can throughout your journey in ACN. Now, at the beginning of the presentation, I shared with you that this pandemic-induced economy has affected us all. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what it has actually done has ushered in a digital transformation over the last 6 months that would have taken 6 years. And so we are in the midst of that right now, and we need to capitalize on it. Secondly, the multi-billion-dollar deregulation of industries like gas and electricity, you heard Carrie. There's a way for you to get paid just like your local utility company has earned money forever. And we're talking about hundreds of billions of dollars that have gone up for grabs. And then as far as this technology is concerned, it'll allow for you to build this business throughout the country and around the world and condense time frames. We have something special with ACN, and our founders, they've given us a promotion this month that every one of you can capitalize on. If you acquire 5 services, and if your team acquires 15 services within your first 30 days, the company is going to pay you a $500 bonus simply to say job well done. So for those of you who choose to partner with us, I know for a fact that success can be yours. Where I said there are 3 responses, I truly believe that there are 2 categories of people who will hear of ACN. There will be those of you who will be glad you got involved. And then there will be those who will wish you would have. So if you see this, seize it, hold on to it with everything that you've got. We're going to have a training that's going to take place on Saturday that will allow for your business to take off in a major way. So for those of you who do get started, make sure that you plug into training because that is the key to success. I appreciate your time and attention. God bless you all and have a phenomenal evening, everyone. Good night.